ago, all you needed were three, maybe four chords. And I like the old songs that I heard years ago. Those songs play on the radio, my songs play for me.
When I stop to think about everything I've done, those old chords come to me. To them I do succumb. When I'm in that place, alone with my guitar, I think about the times, dreaming to go far. And we like the old chords, and we like the old songs tonight.
Our songs we'll play one time, just for you. Just for you.
The old chords,
old songs,
our songs
we'll play one time,
for you.
Good to see you all again. You'll notice a little bit of a difference in the way we produce this. We brought a wonderful young man in here, Greg Schinirring, and has a wonderful family. Sandy, his wife, his daughter Amanda, and they have a son. Brett Schinirring is a heavy lift helicopter pilot.
I worked in radio primarily, but some in television as well. But the early years I was on the radio. I started as a top 40 disc jockey, and then I became a classical music disc jockey, I guess you could say, for several years full time. And then I got into management and had stops in South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Washington, D.C., where I retired from.
Wow. It's quite a resume.
Yeah, well, it was a fun career. I really enjoyed it.
That's good. Hey, before we get going too much further, I'd sure like it if you guys would like our channel and subscribe. There'll be more singer-songwriters, very much like Greg here, coming on our channel. So, speaking of making music, we have a mutual friend.
We do. A fellow by the name of Mark Astleford, whom I went to school with, and he was in your band.
Yes, amazing player. You could set your watch by that guy. He was amazing. Still is, for that matter, yeah. But I don't get a chance to play with him very often, so not lately anyway. So you started out writing songs back in high school.
Yeah, I did. I wrote probably a dozen songs when I was in my teens and 20s, and they stayed in my guitar case for about 20 years. And then one day I opened it up. I hadn't played in years, and I opened it up. I took them out. I looked at them. I smiled, and I tossed them all.
I'd say let's check into song number 2.
Okay, well, this is called Home Again, and it's all about going home and after being away for 40 some years. And so I think it's, kind of for anybody who's ever thought about, ever remotely thought about going home after being away for a long time. So while the pictures and the videos are, about me, you could strip those out and put in pictures and videos of other people who've gone home after a long time.
Sure.
So, Home Again, and Mark plays on this. He played 12-string guitar, He played bass. He also did the drum and string tracks. And a good friend, Colleen Hecht, did the composing of the piano part and the saxophone part, and she plays on both.
Okay.
I was born here and I'll grow old here, but while I was away, I wondered, could I go home again? I was born here, I'll grow old here, but while I was away, I wondered, could I go home again? The city lights shined bright for me. The days were long, I wondered, could I go home again? For some do, and most won't, while others will never know. We were born here, we could grow old here. Would it be the best thing, or could it be all wrong? I left the city lights. Could you come home? For some go home, and most won't, while others
That was a great song, by the way, because I had listened to it earlier. And this next song, Southbound Road, was basically all my life I've wanted to get out of Iowa. I mean, I don't care how I tried, it didn't make any difference. I went and drove Schwann's truck in Virginia for 6 months. I love that location. No, my wife came down there after she graduated with her master's and said, I've already signed up for a teaching position in Des Moines. I'm leaving in 2 weeks. Okay. So we came to Des Moines, and that was kind of how that went. I went and joined the military at a very early age, and I got out of town, but ended up coming back because that's what I knew, and as we get older, we're afraid to try new stuff, and that was me. So for me to leave town was the best thing I could do is write a song about it. So Southbound Road is where it went.
Yeah, I think it's great. Let's listen and watch.
Southbound road, burn it down. has that promotion. I guess I'll have to pass. I walked out that door and I ain't never looking back. My southbound road, burn it down. My southbound road, burn it down. Get out on that highway, leave this stinking town. Not care if the world or things slow me down. My southbound road, burn it down. Come on, John. Loaded up the truck today. I got my dog in the fishing boat. Change Baptist, I don't care. Now goodbye, that's all she wrote. Windows down, headed south, that's all that matters now. Find a southbound road, burn it down. Find a southbound road, burn it down. Get out on that highway, leave this stinking town. Not care if the world or things slow me down. I find a southbound road, burn it down. I find a southbound road, burn it down.
Excellent, Dave. Excellent.
Wow, a lot of stress. That early in the morning, it was like 6:30 in the morning when we filmed that.
And you had to play later at the State Fair?
Yes, later on.
Well, it's a great song. I mean, it has a great melody, great energy, great musicians, and it just reached out and grabbed me, so to
Well,
speak.
thank you. That's quite a compliment. I appreciate that.
So how do you go about writing?
When I do it,
Yeah, when you do it.
it might be something as simple as things my dad would say.
Yeah? Yeah.
You know, Dad said a lot of things, you know, and sometimes that just inspires me to write around that. The engineer that I had down at Fame Studios, he said, I don't know how you come up with some of these strange titles. I don't either, but they just come and I write. Sometimes it's a 10 minutes song and I've got it done, and sometimes it's like, that's going on the back burner.
Sandy and I were out for a drive, and as we were headed back home, Sandy asks, how are we doing on gas? And I looked down and I said, you're on the wrong side of full. And as I pulled up to the pump, I thought, wrong side of full, good side of full. That might make a good song.
Yeah.
And so I wrote it, and a few days later with the guitar, and then Sandy and our daughter Amanda sing on it.
I was driving down the highway of life, sun shining down on me, radio on the air, feeling good as I should. No need to fill up today, my life's on the good side of full. What could go wrong for me? My life's on the good side of full. Somewhere along the way, up ahead I saw some rain. You're not falling on me today. My life's on the good side of full. then the thunder rolled. Down came the rain and some hail. The hard wind flattened me. My life's on the wrong side of full. What to do now? Then I heard Daddy's voice. Just get up and go on, and you'll be on the good side of full. Oh, no need to fill up today. My life's on the good side of full.
Good side.
What could go wrong for me? My life's on the good side of full. Oh yes, my life's on the good side of full. No need to fill up today. What could go wrong for me? My life's on the good side of full.
Good Side of Full. And now this next song, Old West Saloon, this is a whodunit of whodunits.
Yeah.
I just know it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. I know it wasn't me. I'm in it, but it wasn't me. But it could have been anybody else. Could have been the guy sitting at the piano. Could have been the guy playing cards at the end. It could have been the guy running away, the bandit, I just don't know.
Maybe you guys can figure out and let us know.
This is a story about the Old West, a place that doesn't exist anymore, except in the hearts and minds of modern cowboys like you and like me. He was a wild young cowboy who rode into town one day. She was the town's mayor, with an iron hand. When they met, the sparks flew at the Old West Saloon. The outlaw from the city, well, he came calling one day. He won the charm of the mayor and stole her heart away. Now there's deep trouble at the Old West Saloon, where there were fights every night of the week. No one could remember a fight quite like this. It changed the town forever. They still talk about it today and wonder. With a crash and a bang, the cowboy charged the door. The outlaw met him halfway as the fight began. They both survived the night, but strangely, the sheriff found them both passed the next morning at the Old West Saloon, where there were fights every night, but no one could remember a fight that ended quite like this one.
This montage is interesting. I Love You, But I Hate Your Guts was a story. It came to pass that a long time ago, I told my wife that I'd paid cash for a motorcycle. And I was 2 payments from having it paid for. And she saw the bill in the mail. She says, right now, Dave Gray, I love you, but I hate your guts. And the song happened.
Here we go. You might think that I'm nuts. You know I love you, baby, but I hate your guts.
Sad songs happened the morning that George Jones passed away. It was 10 minutes till 6 in the morning. And I'd been at work since 4. And I'm sitting there writing something down, and all of a sudden I get a text. And it said, George Jones passed away this morning. And I was getting a text message from his manager, because his manager and his wife were friends with my mom, and they were family friends. It goes back to back when we were kids.
Wow.
You know, so
what a story.
So when George Jones passed away this morning at 5 something, I had just heard that, and I go, oh, I wrote down the song, and at the very end of it, I said, thank you, George Jones, because I've never written a song like that before or since.
Sitting in the darkness, sipping on my whiskey. Staring out the window, looking at the city. I pick up my guitar to write me some songs. Sad songs always make me feel at home.
You're Gone was an exercise that my psychiatrist told me I needed to do. I tried to commit suicide back in 2013, and the doc said, you know, maybe you ought to look at it from another person's perspective instead of yours. And so when I wrote You're Gone, Now You're Gone, it was everything that I felt.
Wow.
But I wasn't sure how anyone else would have felt. But I've had friends commit suicide, or did they? You know, it's one of those things. And you think to yourself, well, why didn't they reach out? Why didn't they? Well, when you're in that place, you're not reaching out to anybody because you think it's all you. There's something wrong with you. You are the problem. And so it just got crazy, and it got to the point where it was too much.
You told me once that you would never leave me. It seems this time I know you're gone for good. This Feeling what I have wells up inside me. I tell you now, if I thought I could, but now you're gone. Yes, I know I'll carry on. It's not for me to understand. Now it's God hold your hand. Now you're gone.
The Eyes Don't Lie. I was watching a movie with Shirley MacLaine, Kevin Costner, David Ruffalo, and Jennifer Aniston. And big mix up. The boyfriend, David Ruffalo, gets her phone. And Kevin Costner's sending her messages. And so he comes back from New York back to California, and he hands her phone, and he gets his back. He says, I got to tell you, I want to ask you, do you love me? And she didn't say a word. He said, well, the eyes don't lie. And I cried for 2 hours. I cried for 2 hours and then wrote that song.
The eyes don't lie. They only say I'll be alright. You said goodbye. You know I felt as though you would. I only want you to be happy. Only want for you to smile. And when I looked into your eyes, I only know eyes don't lie. Eyes don't lie.
And then Roll, we all kind of get caught up in our own thing throughout life, and sometimes it works out great, and sometimes not so much. But it Roll pretty much, how would you say it? Explains a lot of things as far as the way I am, and of course Billy Joe wrote the excellent lead on the instrumental part on that song. It's absolutely, to this day, is still my favorite song.
Wow.
And if anybody were to change the lead guitar, I would cry.
Yeah.
Because it is just perfect for that song.
Yeah.
And I think it took him, what? How long did it take?
Several days.
Several days, because he would write this section, then he'd write this section, and then he'd write this section, and then he'd play it for me. And I'd say, that's great. And then next time I hear it, it's got a different flavor to it. And by the end of it, it was amazing.
Gotta keep it moving, roll, roll, roll. There's things I've never seen, roll, roll, roll. I'll slow it down someday, but in the meantime, roll, roll, roll.
thank you all very much for tuning in, turning on, and turning up. We had a good time. I hope you all did. Be good to one another. It's just the right thing to do. And please like and subscribe so we can make more of these shows. We sure appreciate y'all listening. Take care. God bless.